It is the 1st of October 2024, and that means only one thing. Fog Entertainment are back again with a 31-day special Halloween horror movie month, and we are starting with Prey. Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, or in Naru's case, grab your little pickaxe on a string, because it is time to watch our first movie of October, and that movie is Prey. Now, Prey is set almost 300 years before the original Predator, that I just want to go out and put on notice here is the best Predator. I don't think any other Predator film can be put anywhere near that. Predator, for me, is in a league of its own. I don't care which one you prefer after that, but there is a massive gulp from Predator, the original, and then whatever movie you pick next. Predator's a classic. Predator's a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Everything else falls short.
It does. I would describe it more as a gulf rather than a gulp. But anyway, Chris Hansen.
That's a very good point.
That is a very good point. Chris Hansen brought you how to catch a Predator. We're going to tell you how to watch Predator. Well, I can't really tell you how to watch it. I mean, if you want to watch it in 4K, 1080p, or 160p, then go ahead and do that. But we're going to go back 305 years, 2024. This is 1719.
1719, a long, long time ago. So, you know how the Predator movies go. We have a Predator, we have an alien, it is hunting. But in this one, or should I say maybe all the Predator films, the Predator, the hunted, or the hunter becomes the hunted. And that's kind of how the movie transitions. At the beginning, we get introduced to this Native American tribe. So the main character is Naru. I guess she's the youngest of her family. Father's dead. Her brother, Tabe, he seems to be the best hunter of the tribe. He seems to be the man. He seems to be the guy that goes out and catches the food. He hunts all the danger. He's like the king hunter here of this tribe. He's the guy that can do no wrong. Everybody looks up to him, and nobody really respects her.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, as for the setting back in 1719, I actually think it's a pretty good setting. It gives you a lot of different variables in play. We've already seen Predator in the jungle. We've already seen Predator in the cities. We've already seen it in like localized areas within like, you know, towns of America. So I think actually going 300 years in the past was actually a pretty good idea. I like the fact that we saw Predator go against a snake, go against a wolf, go against a bear, go against like medieval humans and all that shite. I thought the concept was very good, but I feel like when this movie begins, it almost feels like we're flung halfway. The movie at the beginning feels like we're halfway into it. There's no like development, there's no nothing. Is that because it's like the fifth movie in the franchise and they feel like, what's the point in introducing characters to you? You want to see Predator killing things?
For me, that's probably one of the major negatives of this film. Yeah, we see the Predator kill a lot of people, but how many of these characters got developed? What was the actual story? Where was the good dialogue? Who was I actually rooting for to survive? Who was I rooting for to die? And to be honest, I mean, the answer is nobody. I think the film did a really bad job of building characters, building personalities, building people to care for. And honestly, man, I found myself not really caring for any of the characters outside of like Naru and her brother. I think they were the two main characters that got screen time. Everyone else was pretty much there just to add to the death count, I think.
Yeah, just lambs to the slaughter. But when you look at the original Predator, they introduce a whole cast of, you know, army personnel. Yeah, you've got them fighting against like mercenaries, right? But they're just expendable at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you look at this movie, they did it starting, but see this movie, man, it's fine for what it set out to be, but I mean, we're not lying here. We're reviewing this a couple of days after, but see the story, it's not ingrained in my skull.
I don't think it really was much of a story. I think the story, here's an a Native American tribe that go out and hunt for their food, and once you go out and have a successful hunt, or you're like promoted within the ranks, you're respected. Naru's looking for her first hunt, and it turns out she bumps into a predator. That was basically the story here.
Yeah, but it's pathetic though.
And they also added in a bunch of French people, and I honestly did nothing for me. Oh, here's a bunch of villains that are French and
the evil white man, but Back to the original Predator.
Well, I mean, I think this was a little bit woke as well, because like you touched upon in Predator, well, first of all, I like the aspect of, like you said, a mercenary team, a highly skilled team, right, armed to the teeth with weaponry, but not only that, I like the fact in the original Predator, you seen them getting picked off one by one, and it added to the thrilling horror element. Seeing this, it didn't really, it just felt like people were randomly dying.
Yeah.
Whereas seeing the original Predator, you get introduced to the core group, and you know the core group, you know their names, you can tell them for their appearance. Everybody here, like, we're lumping a lot of the characters the same. Like, see, other than Naru and Tabi, like the Native Americans may as well have all been the one group, and the French may have all been the one group. Nobody really stood out, in my opinion. And just, yeah, you know, I don't want to make the whole fed about wokeness, but like I said, in Predator 1, you had these jacked, physically fit men, like, that were all, like, in their prime. Like, obviously, like, years and years of experience. They had some of the most highest tech machinery in terms of firepower that we've ever seen. And, like, a massive group of them couldn't manage to overcome a Predator. Yet, I mean, in this film, we have, 5'4" Naru basically take down a Predator with a little axe and some string.
Yeah, and our brother, right, Tabby, however, he is built like a toothpick. His arms are thinner than fucking Jesse Ventura's cigars. No, it's ridiculous.
Right, so basically, Tabby and his crew, they're out on a hunt. Naru wants to hunt as well, so she goes out. And then she discovers some things that maybe worries her. She discovers the snake that's been shredded, and it's like, she's right, because I mean, look at how, like, precise that snake was, like, skinned and stuff. Like, what could have done that? Not any other animal could have done that.
There's no technology in 1719 to do that.
She also spots something, and she doesn't realize at the time, but it actually turns out to be a drop ship for the hunter. One of the members of Tabby's group, Pui, gets injured. He gets taken by a cougar, so she tries to patch him up. I guess she's got the best medical experience, whatever. They take Pui back to the camp. Tabby and Payak stay behind, but Naru decides to stay with them because I think she wants to prove that she can do this. And there's a cougar hunting them 3-on-1. Tabby kind of disappears. Naru and Paki are on their own, and the cougar grabs Paki and kills him. That's him dead. Naru then has to run, obviously, and avoid the cougar. She falls, hits her head. She wakes up later after being knocked out, and she's back at camp. She's survived, and Tabby is basically taking care of everything. He's rescued her. He's killed the cougar, and that makes her feel even worse than before she originally went out, because she wanted to prove herself, and all she kind of did was prove to be a hindrance. Our brother's trying to be sympathetic and say, nah, we both did it. But when she doesn't accept that, Tabby kind of just turns heel and he's like, yeah, you're right. It was me. I killed the cougar.
Yeah, but I think this is pathetic, right? You've literally lost Packy, whatever you want to call him, right? Packy. That's the line. Right? But you know what? Pack, I don't care what you... No, they've lost a member of the tribe, and she's so... I mean, they've actually lost, like, a fellow member. Like, who feel like family at this point. Probably is family. All weird stuff going on. And it's like... She's more worried about the fact that she didn't get one of the final licks in on the cougar. She could see when she fell and got knocked down. She could have died, and it's just woke tendencies, man. Like no, but look at the original Predator, right? See when you've got Jesse Ventura with a minigun, and you've got Duke, you know. See if one of them were in a fight, would they be like, oh, for fuck's sake, Dutch? Why are you killing that? I need to get my licks in. I mean, it would come across as pathetic. No, they'd be like, oh, thanks for
They were just trying to survive, you know? It's like, I mean, aliens, like, if one of them kills the other guy's not going to be like, oh, that was my kill. Like, what, you know what I mean? They're just trying to survive.
Yo, she is...
I mean, it's kind of like a stuck-up teenager that didn't get her own way, and it's like, hold on, you've seen the kind of scenario. You're lucky to be alive. Try maybe be a little bit more...
She's acting like her brother bought, like... clothes for her that she thought she could afford with all her $40, but $40 is nothing to him. Something like that.
That must be the worst analogy I've ever heard, and we're going to move on.
This is a pretty
So
movie.
Naru believes that there's a bigger threat still out there. Tabi doesn't really believe her. He says, look, you're proving that you ain't up to what I can do. Just you stay here. She's not having that. She departs into the woods with her dog Sari. And she then gets attacked by a grizzly bear. The grizzly bear chases her and her dog. And then the grizzly bear bumps in to this alien hunter. We get the predator. So we get a grizzly bear versus the predator. Grizzly bear puts up a pretty decent fight, but in the end, predator wins because predator's predator. And the predator can defeat a massive, like what, maybe 7.5, 8 foot grizzly bear.
Yeah, I actually thought this was probably the best scene of the movie in terms of like fight scene.
Yeah, we just see the grizzly bear die and...
No, but it's like, look how much the humans fear the grizzly bear, right? And how they get killed 99 times out of 100. But then we see later on, like, they're going toe-to-toe in physical combat with the fucking predator.
Really? I think someone should try and go one-on-one with the predator, and the predator with one swipe should just, like, decapitate them or something like that. That's personally how I'd play it out. Naru then tries to escape. The predator's like giving chase. The predator at one point kind of like lifts the grizzly bear above his head and just like kind of rips it in half. It was pretty cool. She then falls into like this river stream and manages to get away from the predator. Tabi at this point is out with his tribe, I guess, to try and find his sister. They're worried about her. Tabi he's went into the danger zone according to her. She finds some of the other guys, some of the other hunters. I believe there's Paye and Mississippi. There's a couple of Native Americans. The predator appears. They try to attack the predator. I think there's like 3-4 of them, and the predator, I mean, doesn't make quick work of them, but in the end the predator wins, just eliminates them all.
Yeah, I mean, it's using his wee laser tech. I don't know it. I think the Predator's always played dirty across all these movies.
Yeah, no, what I don't like about the Predator. Predator, like, it says, oh, if you're unarmed, I won't attack you. But the Predator's got fucking stealth and, like heat vision.
Yep.
It's like, and it's, like, armed to the teeth and massive. The Predator's got enough advantages. Like, I don't see how the Predator can take on, like, one wee guy with a gun or a sword and somehow think that it's a fair fight.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But I mean, I thought this scene was pretty good as well.
No, I did like this scene. I thought it was pretty realistic. I mean, the warriors, the tribe, got a little bit of offense in, but in the end, what you'd expect to happen happened, and they tried to go toe to toe, hand to hand with Predator, and it just didn't work out well for them. Naru manages to escape, but then she runs into a bunch of French voyagers, and she gets caught, and it turns out her brother's also been caught, and they are torturing him, and basically the French I think they're going to kill them.
Yes.
I don't, honestly, the French added nothing in this movie.
Well, they added one thing for me, because their interpreter was Raphael Aldolini, and this guy has a pretty big role to play in Predator 2, doesn't he? Well, I mean, he's at the end of Predator 2 with a gun, so you know what? I'll say the French added more than 99% of the Native Americans. He gives her the gun that Danny Glover gets at the end of Predator 2.
But it's one guy then. I wouldn't say the French add more. One guy adds more.
Aye, but I mean...
The French were just there, I think, to be your typical bad guys. They all kind of get, killed by the Predator. Raphael is laying down. I think because he took this pill that Naru gave him to try and help because he lost his foot, so that like cools his body temp down. Predator couldn't see him. But then the Predator stepped on him, and he kind of like lifted up in pain, and the Predator just immediately killed him. Even though I don't think he had a weapon at this point.
Yeah.
So I kind of went against the whole, if you're unarmed, I won't kill you.
The human body, right, needs like a certain core temperature to stay alive. So see this? He took a pill that made him undetectable in the fucking heat map. That's a load of pish. That doesn't happen. Even if you're dead, you're still producing heat. How cold would his body have to go to not show up in the heat map? No, think of it.
Very true. Like
the body temperature is about 39 degrees.
Yeah, but we don't know like what kind of temperature the Predator can read. Look, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to pick a bone with that.
But you're right. Yeah, he killed an unarmed man.
But look, it was spoke about earlier in the movie how this reduced your temperature.
Yeah.
That whatever this.
And you could clearly see when they did that. Oh, this is going with the Predator.
So like that didn't bother me because remember when she gave the tribe guy who was attacked by the cougar and he went cold. So that doesn't. I'm not going to pick holes on that. That doesn't really bother me. But he gets killed. We see the French leader get killed. Basically, everyone's dead now. Tabi turns back up and him and his sister are having a conversation. She says basically, we can't do anything about this. This is a killing machine. We need to run. And then I believe she says, I don't know that this thing can be killed. And Tabby replies, if it bleeds, we can kill it. And you know what? I get it, it's stolen from the original movie, but it paid homage, so I kind of like that.
It's also kind of cheap though, because it's like what this guy actually said it first in the timeline. This cigar arms here. Toothpick.
But then Toothpick Arms takes the fight to the Predator, and he's doing a good job. I'm not gonna lie, he's whipping his ass. But then it kind of just disappears, and then he turns around and basically says to his sister here, "It thinks I'm a threat. It doesn't believe you're a threat. Still doesn't respect you, sis. Nobody respects you. So why don't you try and escape?" And while he's busy basically saying, look, you get out of here, I'll stay behind, the Predator comes from behind and impales him and just kills him. I mean, it's a sad moment, I guess, but...
It's a ridiculous moment.
I mean, why would he let his guard down? He was doing so well and then he just basically gave up. He was kicking his ass and he basically just thought, you know what, I'll sacrifice myself. Why not?
No, but this is where it's retarded, though. It's like, why? Why would he do that? No, but see when you've got... No, honestly, see when you've got Carl Weathers, man, and Duke, and they team up for that wee mission against the Predator in the first one.
Great, isn't it?
Aye, and then, yeah, he's putting the tar on his face. He didn't fucking just stand up and break the stealth mode and be like, I see, you know what? It's alright, you run. I've got him. No, it's ridiculous. No, but you're right, he has the upper hand. It goes invisible. No one knows where it is. And he just decides to cut like a 2-minute promo.
Yeah.
No, but this is forced shit because this just proves that it's a movie.
Just a way to get him dead, basically. Just a way to kill him off. Maybe they want it. But I think it makes the Predator look weak that the Predator basically... The only way the Predator could kill this guy was... attacking him off guard,
No, but compare this to like a war scene, like in like World War I or II movies.
This is like standing up and taking your helmet off and standing in the middle of the battlefield.
Like, you go, it's alright.
It just didn't make a lot of sense. We then see Naru takes on the Predator, so kind of a little bit similar to Arnold in the original one, where it's down to 1-on-1.
I'm buying, Jack to the Moon, Arnold Schwarzenegger over this, but.
We see earlier in the movie she fell into like mud,
quicksand, mate.
Quicksand, whatever, some sort. It was mud though. It was like mud.
Aye, but it was mud with quicksand at the bottom.
So yeah, so basically she almost died earlier, but she managed to get a little pickaxe and she pulled her way out from it. So she manages to lure the Predator into this, and I guess she fell back into the. I mean, when she originally fell into the mud, I think that actually took her disguise away for the Predator, so she gets mud back on her. The Predator falls in, the Predator can't get out, and then she lures the Predator into shooting with one of its like mad, cannons. But because its helmet was knocked off, I believe, by her brother, it messed up the entire aiming of the
yeah. So it thought
cannon.
It was aiming at her, but it was actually aiming at itself. Bang. Good
yeah.
night,
So she kind of set up the helmet so that it would come back and ricochet and get a headshot. So that takes out the Predator. She then cuts the head off the Predator and she returns back to her village with the head of the Predator, and she is declared the new war chief. And she informs her tribe that it's time for them to move on. And that's pretty much the end of the movie.
It's just a load of shite. See, in 1719, you try to tell me that a woman is going to be the war chief for the Native Americans? If that is the case, no wonder they got fucking overrun and wiped out the North America.
I don't mind if she's the war chief. My issue is her beating the Predator.
Well, yeah, that's my issue as well. Fucking ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, look...
don't get me wrong. Did she overpower it at any point? Not really. But she shouldn't be beating it. Look how many people it killed.
No, I don't think any of them should be beating it.
No,
I think even when her brother was kicking its ass, I'm like, hold on here. Cigar arms is...
Arnie didn't really beat the Predator.
He got lucky. He outsmarted it.
He outsmarted it. I mean, I guess you could say she outsmarted it, right? But she was hitting it body blows to the Achilles, chopping its arms off.
No, but like...
the Predator essentially told Arnie, you know what? I'm not looking good to you, so I'm going to kill both of you.
Yeah, like you say, the Predator's kind of a dirty fighter. But like I've compared films to like Terminator, the original one. You never seen Kyle Reese like physically go 1-on-1 with the Terminator and beat it. And the only time he did go one-on-one and he got he fucking lost his life.
Yep.
Like, see these new it's just not realistic, man. Like, it's just not. None of these people should really be going hand-to-hand combat.
No.
Like, you just didn't see it. You didn't see the Predator go hand-to-hand with anybody up until Arnold.
No, of course not.
And anybody that did get close enough to get killed.
But that is it, though. And when Arnie went hand-to-hand, it wasn't quite hand-to-hand.
But even earlier in the film, when it was like the Native Americans that had no names, they were getting their licks in.
Yeah.
And and it's like, I'm not saying those scenes were bad. I thought that fight scene was actually alright, but it's like, they were getting their licks in, and then when you seen Tabby go one-on-one with the Predator, he was kicking its ass. And it's like, come on, I thought they made the Predator look very weak. Anyway, look...
But a few things, obviously the gun is the 1719 by Raphael is the gun at the end of Predator 2, so I do like wee Easter eggs like that. But then she brings that gun back to her tribe, so how the hell did the Predators get a hold of it? Did the Predators come back?
Must wipe out the entire tribe.
Now, a fun fact is...
I believe there's a Prey 2 in the works.
Is there? Well,
so that might...
Apparently, Bennett Taylor confirmed the script for Prey revealed Billy Soul, Native American tracker and scout played by Sonny Landham in the original Predator, to be a reincarnation of Tabby, reframing his last stand with that film's Predator as being due to subconscious memories of a past life. So obviously when Billy turns around and cuts his... But see, compare the two, right? Billy, big jacked guy, cuts his chest and the Predator just fucking kills him.
Yeah, but Billy was like wanting to go one-on-one with it. I mean, this guy was not even aware. Tabby didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah, no, but it's just... compare the two movies, man. I get it. It's two different Predators.
I know I'd rather go one-on-one with Tabby or Billy. But anyway, look, guys, that's the end of the review. Look, what... People are saying it's the best Predator movie since Predator... People are saying it's better than Predator 2. And some people are saying it's the best movie since Predator 2. But everything I've seen says this is either the best movie since the original Predator, or if not, it's the best movie since Predator 2. For me, it might be my least favourite Predator movie. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad movie. It wasn't. But the characters, there was just there was no characters really. I mean, I know that sounds like I'm just disrespecting whatever, but
this was a movie about Predator in ancient times rather than about characters in ancient times dealing with a Predator.
The reason we're calling them the Native Americans and the French is not because we're just lumping them all together and being disrespectful. It's because there literally was no standout characters. There was no individuality other than Naru and our brother Tabby. So. Look, I'm going to get a 5 out of 10. I don't think it was a bad movie by any means, but for me, it wasn't that good, and I think that there's a few Predator films I'd put above this.
I like the nods to Predator and the originals and, the gun stuff, connecting it with 2, but like I said at the beginning, it's like the movie begins and it feels like, you haven't introduced these characters, you need to actually fucking do that before we move into the plot, and it just moved into the plot. Like, I just feel like movies these days, they lack that. No one knows how to write.
Yeah, it's almost like they think, oh, let's just have loads of fight scenes and everybody will love it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have nice shots of scenery and people think it's amazing.
Like, every movie these days feels like that, especially the ones that are already connected to a franchise. It's just money grabbing at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know what? Fight scenes, scenery shots, they're all cool and all that, but I mean, unless you get the core writing, unless you get the core story and you develop characters that we care for, then at the end of the day, I mean... we're not going to be that big into the movie. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Like, certainly not a bad movie. It was worth a watch. I thought it was all right, but it's average for me. It was average.
Yeah, I think what helps it for me is the fact that we've seen the Predator go against animals. You'd never seen that before. You can maybe argue in the original Predator that maybe that was a waste of opportunity considering they were in a jungle, but who gives a fuck? I want to see the Predator go against Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse Ventura, not some anaconda called Dave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, see, when you look at the original Predator, there was only one kind of like scrawny guy in the group, and even then, compared to this tribe here, man,
he's jacked. He's Hulk Hogan. He's got the 26-inch pythons, brother.
So yeah, I'm giving it a 5. You're giving it a...
I'll give it a 5. I was going to give it a 6, but you know what? It doesn't even feel like a movie.
What's it feel like?
No, It doesn't feel like a proper movie. It feels more like a game plot, doesn't it? Like the lack of characters is honestly shocking,
Yeah.
and it is pretty woke as well. It's not horrendously woke.
Well, the way I see it is, I mean, if they switched her and any, I'd still have the same complaints. So it's like
Yeah.
that doesn't really bother me as much. But I mean, at the end of the day, she beat a predator with a pickaxe and
I don't think
piece of string.
the Predator's mask was a bit shite. The Predator's face was a bit shite. I just think the original Predator has the badass look.
I mean, yeah, in the end, she outsmarted it like Arnold. I get that, but I mean, she got a lot more offense in than Arnold did.
Yeah.
No, look at the people in this movie. They all got more offense in.
No, I know.
I mean, who actually got offense in the original? Somebody, yeah, might have got a bullet shot, but I mean, when you think about it, like nobody really did any significant damage up until Arnold at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this movie, everybody was getting their shots in. It was a bit, I don't know. Anyway, 5 out of 10, guys. That's it. We will rank all the deaths and we will rank all the characters, but like I said, just due to the lack of individuality, we're probably just going to lump them in groups, other than the main two characters. So won't be a long video, but you can't expect us to pick out the 20 French people and know all their names or care, and then pick out the 10 native because the film didn't really care. So like,
I just don't know where a Prey 2 goes. I mean, I guess a Prey 2 could be the Predators coming down and killing her entire tribe for the gun back. But yeah. I feel like with Disney, which is the creators of this movie, they're very woke. They are not going to have the Predators come down and wipe out a
Native American tribe.
A female-led Native American tribe. Not going to happen.
Anyway, guys.
See the Predators in Predator 2 that gave Danny Glover the gun? They'll probably be these Native Americans wearing Predator suits.
Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Like I said, 31 days of Halloween horror movies coming to you. So till then, peace.